Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is not a word game, as you can see. It is Shikaku. It's a game that I've been seeing other creators play. I mean, I've been familiar with the game for years, but it seems to be picking up on popularity. So I've been thinking about whether I can incorporate it in my content. So let me know if you enjoyed watching this. I'm going to play the hard only because expert and higher are just, their grids are just way too big, I think, to make content for, unless it was like a long stream or something. But anyway, the goal of this game is to have every cell be part of a rectangle of some kind, and a square does count as a rectangle. And the rectangle can only encompass one of the numbers on the grid. Each rectangle has one number and exactly one number. So you also can't draw rectangles with no numbers. And the number is the exact number of cells in that rectangle. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're drawing rectangles. So I think that this 18 is a good place to start because it only has one way to expand, which is or in each direction, left and up. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And so if you think about the factors of 18, right, it's going to be 2, 3, and 3, the prime factors. And so in order for us to be two-dimensional, we'd either have to be 2 by 9 or we'd have to be 6 by 3. And so we're obviously 2 by 9. So that's our first kind of gimme. Now this 3 can't go to the right, so it's just got to take 3 vertically. The 2 could go 2 to the right or 2 down. We have these 4s here. I'm not quite sure if those work. The 20 seems to have some room. Now this is 15 long, so the 20 is going to be 2 by 10, or it's going to be 4 by 5. Like we could do 4 by 5, or 5 by 4. 25. Can I like get rid of these? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Something to think about always is like certain cells and just asking how do they get a number. So that's often a good place to get started when you're stuck. So like look at the corners, for example. So like this corner here, I don't think, I wonder how I clear, oh, you can right click to clear out. Okay. I'm not sure how you do it on mobile. Maybe there's a long press. But anyway, on desktop you can right click. So this 20 can't reach here because 15 would make it 30. So that's no good. So this isn't taken by the 20. And none of these other numbers are allowed to do it without taking the 10 as well. So the only number that's going to take this is the 10, meaning we have at least this rectangle, a 2 by 4. Now, we're not going to extend to be 3 by 4. That's too big. So we actually have to just do that rectangle there, 2 by 5. Okay, now the 7, prime numbers are always nice because they're always 1 by the prime number. So this is 1 by 7. And so it could go vertical or horizontal. So I'm not sure if that's helpful. But this could be taken by the 20, 4 by 5. Otherwise, it could be taken by the 7, in which case it would be exactly like that. What about this cell, though? What's this taken by? I think it's got to be this 14 because the 6 would be 12 actually. The 2 is certainly no good. So if we expand this way, we hit a 4. If we expand this way, we hit a 12. Oh, we could get the 12. Ooh, actually, that might be it. So it's either the 12 or the 14. I'm leaning towards the 12. Ooh, I'm leaning towards the 12. Okay, what else do we have? 21 could be 3 by 7. Certainly not 21 on its own, so it is 3 by 7. This is, how are we doing 3 by 7 though? I think, so we can't do 7 this way because that's going to hit the 27 when we go down. So we're going to have to go 7 this way, and we can't hit the 14, so we're exactly here. And now the 14 goes vertical, so it's got to take, it could go like this or it could go one higher. So it definitely takes these 13, and then we don't know if it takes the one above or the one below. Now this 14 could it be 2 by 7? No, because this is only 6 in size. So the 14 is going to go horizontally, and we don't know, it's 8 this way and it's 10 this way. So it is going to take some in the middle. I'm not sure if I want to think about that right now. Let's see. 10 would go to 14 like this. So I think, and then, so that goes to here. And then from here, it would go to here. So I think this is the overlap. I think we must take these 11. Is that true? Well, hold on. This cell actually can only be taken by the 14, so that makes it a lot easier to think about. This cell here must be taken by the 14 because it's got to be part of some rectangle, which is going to come out to here at least. But we can't go up, right? So it's just going to hit the 14 there. And so we need to go 13 here, and we can expand to the left, or so we don't know who takes this corner. Either this 14 does or this 14 does is kind of the question. So we'll just leave those blinking. I don't like that they blink, but what are you going to do about it? This corner could be taken by the 5 or the 4. 5 is prime. So, I mean, it feels like maybe we do that, but it doesn't have to. Well, we can't go up, so we are taking these 4 at least. Okay. Is there like another gimme out here? All right, this is taken by the 14. Oh, okay, so I've just proven it's taken by the 14. Because remember, I thought it could be taken by the 12, but the 12 would need to use a double high, and so it would also take this one, which would block the 14 from finishing. So this 14 actually does take all of those, which means that this is taken by this 14. Now, can this be taken by the 21? No, because 21 is not doing 21 vertically, and it's definitely not going down with only 7, so I think this has to be taken by the 5. Now this has to be taken by the 4 then. Okay. We could do 2 by 2 for the 4, or we could go straight up. I'm not sure which. But it means it takes these two. 8. It feels like we do the 8 as a 4 by 2 here, and the 4 goes up, but you don't go off feeling, you do logic. 16 is pretty big. This is only 14 long, so the 16 is not going to go fully horizontal. Obviously, it doesn't go vertical. It's the 9 at 5. So 16 is going to be 2 by 8 or 4 by 4. 4 by 4 is tempting. 2 by 8 is possible. Do we think about this corner? Like this corner could be taken by the 10 pretty easily with a 2 by 5 here. I mean, that just fits really well, right? 2 by 5 here, and then the 8 is going to take a 2 by 4. But that doesn't mean it's the only option. Let's see, like this, right? Oh, no, actually, yeah. And then the 4 would go up, and then the 8 would take this, actually, yeah. I was thinking about how to finish the 4 there. This 2 goes up or down. This 2 goes left or right. This 2 goes left or up. This 2 goes down or right. I don't know. Do we think about this corner? Like 7, or could it be the 20? Not really. No, it can't. It can be this 20. Yes. So it's the 20 or the 7. Now, can the 7 go fully down? Yeah, okay, it could. So it seems likely that this is a 5 by 4, and then this is a 7. And then this is a 6, and this is a 2. I mean, some people would just draw it. Is it the only option? This corner could be taken by the 6 this way, or it's the 2. But what about this corner? Maybe this corner's the key. Not taken by the 4. Not taken by the 2. It could be taken by the 12. Right, the 12 or the 6. What about the 27? I mean, obviously it's going to be 3 by 9. So, can I do it here? Okay, well, no matter what, it's going to use... Well, hold on. 3 by 9 fits really well right here. But then does that break the 10? It breaks the 10. So actually we can't do that. So 27 does not go to the right. So we're probably 3 by 9 here then. And then the 10 has to go up. Okay, I think that's forced. And now this has to be taken by the 16. So, wait, no, it can't. Wait, this is broken then. So there must be another solution. Ah, the other solution is to do this. That works. Okay. This 2 goes up or down. This 2 goes up or down. This can't be taken by the 16. So it's got to be taken by the 4. Okay. And now 16. Oh, just fits there. Or it fits here. But if we did this, what's taking this one? It can't, right? So we're going to do this. Or we're going to do 4 by 4. Okay, so this is taken by our 16. We know that. And it's going to use this area at least. But it could grow bigger. Oh, this 2 uses this. Now this 2 could go up. Because this could still be 6 like this. But then what takes this guy? Nothing. Okay, so the 2 goes here and the 6 goes here. And this is taken by the 7. Okay. And then now 20 is going to do this. Which I think is what I suspected. This is taken by one of these 2s. I don't know which. This 12, is it 4 by 3? Or I think it's got to be 4 by 3. I think that's the only option. This corner can only be taken by the 12. So now are there 2 solutions to this? No. Probably what happens is we do this 5 and then that 2 and that 2 in order for it to not have another option. So I think the 6 does this, the 5 does this, and then, wait, no. The 6 does this, wait. Who takes this corner? That's our logic. I think it has to be the 6. Now, what I worry about this is that means that, I don't know, is there always a purely unique solution to these? I would assume so, but this would allow us to do 2 in 2 different directions. So maybe we do the 6 this way, and then we do the 5 this way. No, but that doesn't work. How do we avoid this having 2 options? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll come back to that. But this corner is taken by the 6 for sure. How about the 10? What's the 10 going to do? It could just go vertical. How about the 25 though? 25 is going to be 5 by 5. So this corner has to be taken by, well, it could be taken by the, well, how does the 25 do 5 by 5, right? We could do like this. That's the only way. That's the only way that's happening. So I feel like this should be the 5. I guess that could be the 4. If that, wait, 5 has to go, oh yeah, 5 could go like this. 4 could go like that. 4 could go like that. Well, this 6 still has to finish some way. 3 by 2. So it needs 2 more cells. Either these 2 or these 2. I wish I knew whether I could use uniqueness here, but maybe I just will avoid it. 3s are always just... So this 3 has to go like this or like this. So the 3 always takes this one. Now this 3 could go left or it could go up or down. What takes this cell though? This cell has to be taken by this 3. That's its only option. This cell, I think has to be, like, it can't go left. There's no number there on its own. And so it's going to go up through this 3. This cell, again, nothing to its left. And it doesn't reach the 10. So it's also going to take the 3. All right. Now this cell, again, still doesn't quite reach the 10. Well, that makes the 16 this. 16's done now with that 3 there. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, no, these two could be taken by the 16, actually. We could do a 4 by 4. Okay. So that the 4 being done was fine, but this cell here can be taken by the 16. Okay. Hmm. This cell? Is it can't be taken by the 9. So it's taken by the 2. Now this cell also can't be taken by the 9, so it's taken by the 3. This cell's now taken by the 2. Okay. 10, 8, 2, 4. This 4 is interesting because we can't go up. Well, no, if we went up, we're still just vertical. If we went right, we're still just horizontal. So we're either like this or like this or like that. I don't know. This 2? Okay, maybe this 20 is helpful at this point. Like, we're not 2 by 10. We can't quite do that. So we're 4 by 5. Is this could be taken by that 7. And we could do 4 by... Yeah, I mean, that fits so well. Like, do this, and then this, and then this, and then that. But then the 12 has no option. Okay. So even though it fits well, doesn't mean it's right. That's why I try to only use logically deterministic steps. We're getting close to the end here, though, and I'm a little concerned that this is non-unique. But anyway. In fact, is there any way this is unique? If it uses this 4 by 4, no. And it uses this 4 by... This is used by one of the 2s, and the other 2 uses the other one. There's no other way around it. So I think we just draw that any way we like, and then we draw the 5. And then we draw our 6 as a 2 by 3. Now, oh wait, how's this 10 work then? I wonder if I've made a mistake earlier. I hope not, because that would be really unfortunate. Because how's this 10 work? 2 by 5 this way seems like the only way to go. Then this is 5, this is 6. Oh, and then the 2's do that. Okay. So that's fine. 4 has to do... No, 4 could do this. But it definitely takes these two. 7 doesn't fit there anymore. It still feels like it goes up. Could go down. It just doesn't go left, right. So this has to be taken by the 2. No, this could be taken by the 4. What about the 12? So, okay, so we got to do 6 across, right? Oh no, we could do 2 across with 6 up. Or we could do something like this. So we have this option, or we have 3 by 4. But what about the 20? Five by 4. Isn't the 20 forced to do this? No, I could... Can I do 2 by 10? I could do 2 by 10. But then what takes this cell? Nothing. So 20 has to take this cell, actually. So we could do 2, but we can't do 2 by 10 this way. So we're going to be 4 by 5. And we take this cell. So it just fits there. So, oh, shoot. 7 goes up. This is 4 by 5. 2 goes down. 5 goes up. And then the 12 is broken. So like I'm super confused. Where's the 12 go? 2 by 6 like this? 3 by 4? We can do this. Okay. But yeah, and then the 4 takes this one. All right, that works. I think that's the only way it works. 4 is just gonna do, well, I don't know. Oh, 5's gonna do this. That's forced. And now 4 does that. Now 2 does that. Who takes this one? The 8? And the 4 goes up. That's actually surprising. This is why we don't This is why we don't guess. Um, I think this cell has to be taken by this too. I don't think there's another option. And this cell has to be taken by this too. But then what the heck's going on here? Hold on. This area can't be completed, no matter how much we dip into it. So I've made another mistake. Oh no. This isn't... I made another mistake. How do we take these cells? There isn't a way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can only take 6 of them. Well, we can only take 5 of them, actually. So I've made a mistake. Okay. I wish there was a check button. Check button would help a lot. Am I right so far? I get the feeling that these twos over here were the canary. That I made a mistake over here somewhere, and it's just propagating to not be able to be finished. Do I just start over? Okay, yeah. I don't think it'll be that bad to start over, will it? I made a mistake somewhere. What's kind of our in here? This cell here. Who takes this cell? Can only be taken by the 18. And now the 3 can only go down. Top right corner can't be taken by the 20. So it has to be taken by the 10 or the 2 by 5 like that. 14. I believe I proved 14 had to do this, but at least does that. Now who takes this cell? Right. Because of this restriction on the 14, this cell here must be part of 14 because it's not going to be able to go left and up to pick anything else up. And now this cell has to be part of this 14. Okay, just repeating some logic that I think was pretty sound. This can be taken by the 10 or the 21. Actually, how's the 21 work? I think it's got it. Actually, the 21 has to do this, 3 by 7. It doesn't have any other choice. Okay. 6 could be 2 by 3 here. Could go all the way up. Could do that. Who takes this cell? It's not going all the way left to the 4. It could be picked up by this 12, like this. Could be picked up by the 6, like that. So that has 2 options. This cell could be picked up by the 20, can it? No, this cell can't be picked up by the 20. It could be picked up by this 20. Or it could be picked up by the 7. But what's this 20 going to do? I mean, it could do this. Or it could do this. We've learned just because it looks good doesn't mean it's right. This 5 could do that, or it could do that, or it could do that. How about the 12? It's got to be, I mean, we're not going to get 12 vertically. We're not going to get 12 horizontally. So it's got to be 2 by 6 or 3 by 4. It's got a couple options for either of those. So I'm not sure. Sometimes counting can help, but I don't really want to count right now. I mean, you can just kind of do this and say, hey, up here there's 16 by 5, and then try to like add stuff up to see who's going to take all that. Is that worth it? I'm not sure if what that will tell me right now. So, well, I mean, I guess what we could do, nah, see, it's not, I don't know what group to use. It's too open. This corner could be taken by the 4 or the 5. Forces one of these shapes. We know this 4 is either the 2 by 2 or up here, right? So I had this blinking forever, this 2. So what was my next step that, I don't remember what my next step was. but I'm trying to avoid the same mistake. This could be 10 all the way up. It could be 2 by 5 this way, or it could be 2 by 5 this way. So there's a lot of options there. This 2 does that or that. If this 2 did that, 20 would be like 2 by 10 here, or it'd be for there. I'm not sure. What's our next go? Is it, so this could take the 6, or this could take the 12. But that means it always takes those two. This cell. Okay, since these two are used by this corner, that actually prevents this 6 from taking the bottom cell here, because it would be like that. So this bottom corner is taken by this 2. And now the 6 either goes up or it's a 2 by 3 like that. But then if I do that, this cell here is isolated. It can't take the 2, and it can't be part of our 12. So the 6 has to go up. And now this cell has to be taken by the 7, because it can't go left. And this cell has to be taken by the 2, because it can't go left. How about this cell? I think this cell can only be taken by the 10. Oh, 27 would work. 27 is 3 by 9. So we could do this. That might be the only option for our 27. No, but that breaks the 10. So does the 10 have to do this? How does it work well with the 27? So 27 could be 3 by 9. That's it. I mean, it's 3 cubed, so it's going to be 3 by 9. Because it's not 1 by 27, that's for sure. So could it do 3 by 9 this way, though? It could do 3 by 9 this way. Because if it did it here to take this, so we're wondering where this is. Yeah, this is it. So this cell here, oh, this could be taken by the 2. So was it this cell here that I'm worried about? Yeah, it can't be taken by that 2 or that 2. So this cell here can be taken by the 10 or by the 27 by doing a 3 by 9 like this. But if we do this, this 10 gets isolated. So it's not that. So this cell here has to be taken by the 10, which means that this is the 10. And now the 27 is going to use a 3 by 9 somewhere around here. So it's got to take these cells, and then I don't know if it grows up or down. But this cell here can't be taken by the 16. It's just short enough. It's only 15 long. So this cell here has to be taken by the 27. Okay. I honestly don't know if this matches what I had before or not, but I'm worried about this here still being a canary. So this has to be taken by the 4. It's not taken by the 16. It's not taken by the 3. So it's taken by the 4. This cell here, certainly not going all the way left. So it's got to be taken by the 3. This is where I had like 3 vertical 3s, and that's probably where I made my mistake because it felt wrong. But this cell here can't go left, so it's got to be taken by the 3 as well. But this cell here could be taken by the 16. We could do like a 4 by 4. So it doesn't have to use this 3. This cell can't, oh, it could be, no, it can't be taken by the 9. So it's taken by the 2. This cell can't be taken by the 4, so it's taken by the 2. And now this can't be taken by the 4, so the 3 goes like that. Okay. I think this is all right. Hope so. So how about this cell here? It's got to go left and be taken by the 20. There's nothing else that can take it. And then how are we getting to 20? 4 by 5 just in this area here? I think that's the only way, knowing that that has to use it. That's as big as this a square can get, a rectangle can get touching this guy. While still going through a number. So that's it. Does that mean this is a like a 5 by 5 here? 25 is 5 squared, so it's got to be a 5 by 5, and that's the only 5 by 5 that fits. Okay, so is this 12 4 by 3 here? What I'm worried about is by making the 12 4 by 3 here, I've created this situation again. I honestly don't know if this is what I already had. Is this a 2 by 3? 4 by 2? Not 4 by 2. 3 by 2. Like that or like that. 12. Like this cell here has to be taken by the 12. It can't go left. It can't go down. So it's going to start expanding this way, and it's going to grab the 12. And that has to do that. So now the 6... Yeah, I mean, this could go either way again. This is bothering me that I got the same result again. Okay. Well, we got to figure out what's going on here. 5 by 5 is 25. So I think we got to do this with the 7 going up. I think that's our only choice. Because if this cell could be taken by the 20 or the 7. If it's taken by the 20, we're going to do a 4 by 5 like this. But now this stuff up here actually could be, no, it can't be grabbed by the 12, unfortunately. That 2's in the way. It's only 2 by 5. So that doesn't work. So this has to be grabbed by the 20 as well. Or this one has to be grabbed by the 20. Right, is that basic? Is that this has to use the 20? Because it can't use the 12. Because now I can't do 20. Because we're not doing 2 by 10. So it's not taken by the 12. And if it was taken by the 20, we'd have this 4 by 5. Maybe this 5 by 4, actually. Maybe. Well, this can't do the 2 by 6. So this 2 would go down. This 5 could go up, right? In order for that to work. But then this has no... It has a 4 by 3. Oh, maybe this is it. Something like that? Maybe. Oops. What's the 5 doing now? 5's doing that. 4 has to do that. 2 has to do that. 2, that has to grab by 2. That's grabbed by a 2. Maybe. How about this 9? 3 by 3. Could be a here. I think this is just... I think this is finishing. 21. 3 by 7. I think we have to do this 3 by 7. We have to do that 5, that 4, this 10. Trying to get a color there. This 4, this 8, this 2, this 2. All right, so I'm a little bothered by this 2 by 2 that had 2 solutions to it. So I guess you can't use uniqueness in these puzzles, but probably they limit themselves to like little things like that and not completely 2 different, wildly different solutions. Otherwise you can't logically solve it. All right, that took 34 minutes. I know people like this video long, so hopefully that was enjoyable. I don't know what the mistake I made before was, or if I was just missing a case and I was correct already. But anyway, restarting got me done. All right, let's move on to Dordle. I hope the hard one would always take me over 30 minutes, because then I really can't do it every day. Okay, so why don't we start with rect, because we were doing a bunch of... Oh, we can't. Okay, we can't do square. Is there another shape I can do? I don't know. Let's... I can't think of anything to... Maybe zones, because we're making zones. Okay. Let's just use that E on the right. Something like E at the end. Maybe glare. I don't know. Ooh, that G was lucky. It's great. It's not graze. Hey, look at that. We got rid of one of the options for this. The other options are, there's quite a few. There's great, there's grape, there's grade, there's grave. So what we got to do is we got to guess this left word and use as many of those as we can. T, great, grape, grade, grave, I think, and grace. So how many of these can I use in a guess while still using the A and the S? So I can, up to 3. So if I do something like, I was going to say scant, but unfortunately it would be a filler. Is spacked a word? Or scapped? Unfortunately not. Oh, I don't want to use the A in the middle anyway. Spitta. I don't have to start with S, I guess. What about A? What do I need again? T, C, P are probably the big ones. Maybe a V. I can't put them next to each other. Is there like a cast word? I mean, I could obviously do a filler, but I try to play this in hard mode. It's just I know I'm trapped already. Casty. Casp. Casp. Maybe pass. Pasta. That might be the best I get. This gets rid of grape. Great. That's it, though. But it's better than nothing. Let's start with that. Okay, I didn't get lucky. I was really hoping to get lucky with the P or the T. All right, so AS are not there. I didn't get any new letters. So we still have grade, grace, and grave. Grade, grace, and grave. SC. Okay, if I'm able to just use, yeah, for my left guess, if I'm able to just use one of these per guess, I think we're still fine because we have 4 guesses left. If it's really just grade, grace, and grave left, I think it is, then I just have to include a D, C, or V. I wonder if I should start with V because it's the hardest to get in. So like S something something VA. Like this is already very hard. Or something maybe of Avis. Avis or Avis. I don't think we can do this. And we're, of course, trying to get enough info to figure out what the left word at the same time. Oh, you know what? If I use one each... Once I've used 2 of them, if I still haven't figured out... Okay. So this guess here is going to have to finish... This guess or this guess is going to have to finish our grade, grace, grave. And so I need to get enough info about the left word to finish it in one guess after I've gotten 2 of these letters. So this is a tough thing to do. I mean, a filler would just get it done, but let's see if we can do it without. You can always get lucky, right? If this next guess happens to be the letter, then we have 2 more guesses for the left word, which is very nice. But I don't know. What can I do here? Like I want the A here, and I suppose start with S. But the problem is there's not a, I mean... Okay, there's sumac. That gets me the C. Oh my god. Okay. How lucky is that? Holy moly, just get the 2 words. That's how you win. Just get the 2 words. What the heck? Okay. I mean, I wanted to get lucky, but that was very lucky. Let's do Fibble. All right, what's our lie, I wonder? We could bring in the A. Something like a AI word here. Like stale? I don't think there's a stale like that. There's stain, but I don't have the N. There's stead. Or stayed, or however that's pronounced. All right, so we do have a contradiction. We have 2 contradictions here. So these I's contradict, these A's contradict. So if you're not an I or an A, and even this second A wouldn't be good, well, I'll leave that second A. I'm not sure. If you're not an I or an A, then you're not lying. So what I'd like to do is S something AI again, and that'll do the trick for our lies. And I do SH, SL. I could do slain, but there's no N. How about spale? Oh, spale is a word. Oh, I have gray A and gray I here. So the A's contradict, meaning the I's have to be correct, meaning that's our lie, meaning there's no A. And so this whole time there just wasn't an A or an I. We know that was our lie anyway. So, okay, that would have just told us right away also. So it's S, and then there's a P somewhere, but not next to the S. I don't know where. Something like shape, actually. No, there's no A. Something like this. Sure. Oh, I need to use the P. Oh, shoot. That was a filler. I didn't mean to. I just I don't have hard mode on. So because I didn't use the P, I don't really have much opportunity for info here. Well, we got 2 of HRE in. So I don't know where this. I feel like I can't use the H unless it's second, and then that's our lie. So we'd use an E and an R and a P, which isn't going to happen. So I'm going to omit the H. And is there super, I guess? Okay, super was the answer. Nice. All right, let's move on to Betweenle. We'll start with super. Okay, we're pretty close to super. But 15% probably brings us into P, like late P maybe. Pooper. Maybe PR. Prize, why not? All right, we're pretty close to prize. I don't think we're still PR though. In fact, let's try an early QU word just to double check. Okay, so we could be Q, or it could be early R. Let's try a really late Q. I think QUO is the latest I'm going to get there. So we could try quote. Yeah, that didn't move the needle enough. So we're early R. Maybe like rabid. Rabid is one of the earliest R's we can do, I think. That didn't move the needle at all. Oh, wow, there's a lot of R's then. Rebar gets us into the E's. Oh, wow, okay. So we might be RA still. Rasta. I'm trying to do a late R. Ratty. Not late enough. Late RA, I mean. Rav. Razzie. Probably not. Raw. What am I doing? I mean, I could do an REA, like realm, but I feel like that's too close to rebar. Ready, maybe? Okay. Pretty convinced it's a late RA, not an early REA. Rayon? It's rayon, the material. Okay. Got it. If only I thought of that when I was thinking of Ray earlier. All right, well, word 500, we are going to start with rayon. Only one yellow. So I'd like to end in Y, to be honest, but probably better to use the A. But you know what? Why don't we try ending in Y anyway? All new letters ending in Y. Maybe something like silly. Silty. So still one yellow. It's not going to be the Y. So I'm going to say let's use the A, the most common letter of the bunch. And then I think A is more common than R and N, but I'm not actually sure. Anyway, I like to use the vowels until proven otherwise. So that would mean using the I as well, which might be, I guess, an AI word like this. Chair is gone, chain is gone. Like we're low on compound consonants here. Email, no. There's avian. No, there's no N. It's really tempting to just like use the L or like, yeah. Let's actually just make it easy on ourselves. Let's use the A and the L because we can at least think of a word with LA here. Black, why not? 2 greens, so I have to keep assuming it's the LA until proven otherwise. So we're gonna do PLA or FLA. What are we ending with? Maybe we could end in E. That would be good. Flame. Need something. Okay, so we've proven it's not LA green. It's not L and A. So we'll just assume we got the A. Again, vowel until proven otherwise. So that means there's no L. Because it would have to be green here and yellow here. Let's say we got the E down here. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be yellow. That was just misclick. I need one of these to be green. So I'm thinking maybe an EA word. And then we wouldn't use the I. We'd use the ST or the T. The S or the T with one of these in place. Probably not the K in place. Teach. Oh. Okay, so there's no A because it'll have to be yellow here and green there. So let's say we got the L correct here and here. I get rid of these. And I could bring in the O instead. One of these is green, one of these is yellow. I'm going to say I want an E. And that would make it yellow here as well. So no TCH. So probably we'd have a BL word. Maybe I should keep this open. A BL word with an E somewhere, here or here. Because I don't think we're going to end in K, are we? And then an R or an N. Blend. Nice, okay. Got through it. Okie dokie. Let's do polygonal. These repeat, these repeat. So is it going to be like an eded or an or an ss? There's probably an I can do, right? Like founder, no. I can't think of a good one. Any like a shaper a word or tracer. What's gonna work for that? Sharer. matter. I can't think of one. Is there another pattern here though? Probably. Oh boy. Swapper, slapper, clapper. Nothing works. Can't think of how to think about this. I don't know. I'm just gonna do filler. Machine to see if that E is there. Okay, so this is an E. This is not N or D, so it's probably R's. That's an A. Okay. Dangerer? Dan... Nad... What the heck? Is it not ERER? I don't understand what else it could be. SS? Like, what is it? DAN? Or maybe it's and... Oh, I bet it's Wanderer. There we go. I didn't think about the ND next to each other until just now? Okay. Let's do the mini. Pairer. Okay. Is it something like this? Or like this? Cream? Okay, the E's are right. I feel like it's going to be this then, but I couldn't think of one. Like what goes before the E? Is this an R somehow? I don't see how that works. Darn it, what is this? I'm having trouble today. Is sheer a word? It is. Oh, where? All right, let's do Symble. I'll start with Blaze. Nothing from Blaze, so we do Toxin. All right, we got all our symbols now. We're going to assume the X is not going to be the green there. The X is not actually in the word. So we're going to say that this this O is there, and then it's followed by an N or a T or an I. I don't know what I want to do. N maybe? Donut? No, there's no T in that case. Like we're out of A, E, I, O. We could do another O. But if we did a U, that's what made me think of donut. Mogul, no. Oh, why would it be Mogul? This does not be an N. It could be an I. We could do like an OI word. What's gonna do that? I've been thinking about ending in Y. Poesy? Is poesy a word? I don't think so. No. Okay, OT? I mean, I was thinking TTY as well. Potty was the only word I could think of, though. I guess I could guess it and just make progress. All right, so it is OT. There's not another T. It doesn't end in Y. So is it TU here, or is it another O, or... I just don't see this being a word. Lotus, but there's no L. Could it be like an R here? And an O? S. C. Motto would have been a pretty good guess, I think. Check for double T, check for double O. Can't do it now. I mean, I could, but it would be a filler. Let's see. We know it's OT. I just can't think of anything else. Is it ROT maybe? Maybe this is another O. Goto, roto. Like, I don't know what we're ending with. Nothing really makes sense. Motor. Motor makes sense. Okay. Oh, it wasn't that, though. There's another letter that can start oter. Rotor. Oh, so I had double O and double R. Okay. Yeah, that was tough to think of without knowing that there was R in it at all. Okay, got there. I don't mind rotor and 5. That's a tough one. All right, final game is Fusele. We can start with rotor because it wants us to start with double letter anyway. Why not do 2 of them? Why not? This one's going to tell us only about greens. If it's a yellow, it's going to show up gray, which is unfortunate. So why don't we do like an ST? Why don't we do a steel? All right. Well, the T doesn't go there. We don't know about any of these other letters, but they'd all be yellow. So why don't we try to just move these around to tails? This is going to give us alphabetical hints. So I'm not super happy about the A, but there might be an A in the word. So, all right. Well, that worked out pretty well. It starts with T, ends in S, and this is near L. I, J, K, N, or M. It could technically still be tails. We're going to get a lie in this one. Okay, luckily we know what the lie is. It's this T. So it's going to be T here, S here. This is not an I. There is no A in the word. There is no L in the word. It could still be an E in the word. Just not here. And not here. So if there was an E, it would be here. But this is not an I. So this is J, K, N, or M. I'm trying to think what would be, like, plurals generally aren't the answer here, but I know that this game uses kind of a custom answer list, so there may be more ending in S than we think. What would this letter be? K, N, M? I mean, it feels like N would be the most common. Now, this twist, I have to guess anything but a real word, but I'd like to try to explore options for what this is, and then I can target those options with this perfect filler. So, tines? No, if there's an E, it's here. But, like tenths or something. So, why don't we target the N, T here? We don't have to use the T and the S here. I'll target the E here. And then why don't we just target the M and the K, just in case those are used here instead. Okay, so I was right about E and T. So it is tenths. Okay. That's just a pure plural. Okay. Well, got it done. Cool. Some tough games today. Let me know what you thought about that first game. And let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.